It's time for the Manhattan Pizza postgame show on the Gameday Broadcast Network. Manhattan Pizza, serving the best dang pizza in town. Now let's rejoin the broadcast team on the Gameday Broadcast Network.
And we welcome you back here to our Manhattan Pizza post-game report. Our final score in this one. Westfield rallies to win 4-2. Andy Hayes and Jeff Thorpe here with you. And oh, what a win for Westfield. They needed this in a big way here, Jeff Thorpe. Let's walk everybody through how this one unfolded. The Bulldogs have to feel good about coming back and grabbing this one as we take a look at some of the action from today's game.
It was like two different games, for the pitchers. And the way that it didn't look like the Bulldogs get anything going. As soon as they started, it was like they would kind of get themselves out of the inning with some great plays by Romine.
Yeah, that was a great play by Sonny Romine down at third.
It took away that wet rally.
We'll go to the second inning here. This is where Chantilly started to come alive a little bit with their play. No question about it. They were starting to have a pretty good feeling about things, don't you think?
I think that line out by the shortstop is a real highlight reel too.
There was the hit out to center, and this scored a run for Chantilly. They took a 2-0 lead in this ball game, and that enabled them to kind of play with ease, I think, toward the middle part of this game. That changed, though, as we go back and look here at a play over to first base to set up another run for the Chargers here. But I thought Easton Recto looked like he was with cruise control. I mean, he was impressive today and really did not get threatened here in this game until the fifth. And that's where he ran into trouble. As we're watching highlights here from the 4-2 win today for the Westfield Bulldogs over Chantilly. Third inning action now. Aaron Tucker, talk about his day.
Yeah, just
certainly our player of the game today.
Certainly, and with the 2 RBIs, 2 singles. I mean, he just did it all, and he's the one that kind of got the comeback for him.
Aaron Tucker today had, like you said, 2 hits, but the biggest one was in the fifth. We'll see it here in a few moments, but, really, you got to credit also. I thought Kyle McGill, after running into trouble in the second, really kind of shut the door later on, and he kept Chantilly from grabbing any more runs. They had bases loaded in 1 inning, couldn't score. And then they had runners on second and third and couldn't score. And the defense played pretty well behind him, Jeff. That was a big key to this win today.
Well, they left 9 on base with him. I mean, the bases loaded, and nobody scored right then. I thought that was a tied Turner. So but the fifth inning it kind of came up, and this is what kind of did in Recto was the Westfield bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, so we're watching Sonny Romine with a nice base hit. Here's Recto grounding out over to second. And a near double play there. Nicole couldn't come up with it, but this did not hurt the Bulldogs. Eventually, Chuck Welch would make a switch, and he would go to the freshman Brady Ingham. And McGill would go out in the top of the fifth inning.
It's a big strikeout right there.
But Ingham came back. I mean, he came in and looked like he'd been doing this for the last 5 years. I mean, This young man, for a 9th grader, was impressive. He comes in, gets the out, holds true with the actual score being, still 2-0 here. And that gave Westfield a chance to make a move. And Lorenzo Allensworth in the bottom of the fifth inning leads it off with a walk. And this is kind of where things became unglued for Easton Recto. The next hitter was Jake Durcole. He puts it in no man's land here. Really a tough thing for Recto because that was a good pitch. And Durcole hits it where really nobody can make a play. Romine thought he had a chance, but he couldn't get it to second. Nice sacrifice bunt there by Corey Banks. That proved to be a big play because this is the deciding play right here. The 2 RBI single for Aaron Tucker. Play at the plate was close, but Durcole slides underneath the tag, and that tied the ball game. And then a simple ground ball in the next at bat from Mason Scoville, and Galley over at second base kind of short-armed it a little bit, and the ball gets by McGrath at first, And we go to the 6th with Westfield leading 3-2. Chargers trying to climb back in it. Couldn't do it. Some nice defensive plays.
Okay.
Mason Scoville played a great game at third tonight.
Yeah, that's where he belongs, too. That's my opinion.
A hard hit that time up the middle. Did get through for Austin Margarita. But then another key play in this game, Jeff, was when a ground ball was hit out into the middle infield by Tommy Vance. The flip to second and the slide came in with the cleats up,
Yep.
and they call both runners out. So a
Right.
double play for Westfield ends that threat for Chantilly. And then Margarita puts the runner on. That's Allensworth with being hit by a pitch. And here's the big hit from Dirk Cole.
I mean, he just wailed into that. I mean, it was too hot to the wall.
So Dirk Cole knocks home Allensworth, and that makes it 4-2.
Sure.
And Brady Ingham didn't need any help. Once it was 4-2, that's ball game right there. And Westfield comes away with their 8th win of the season. That was the play that I think if we watched it 100 times, I don't know that we could really tell whether or not it was safe or out. We slowed it way down, but a good call. Could have gone either way. I don't think we could have argued with the umpire one way or the other. Here's Ingham doing his job, throwing ground balls. Look at this play here, the backhand, and he tosses it to first.
You know, and that's Gold Glove type thing for a pitcher to do that. That's wonderful.
And a final out of the ball game. Recto over to Gazelle at short, and he ends it. And Westfield gets the 4-2 victory today over Chantilly. And they improved to 8-8. Chantilly drops to 8-8. And that kind of puts this Concord race for the second seed coming up. That puts it into an interesting category, a must-watch. The final weeks of the season will be entertaining, to say the least.
And with 2 wins over Chantilly, there is a tiebreaker, as I say. So if things come down to that, you know, tiebreakers, a head-to-head if Chantilly and Westfield are going for one spot.
Well said. Well, folks, we'd like to thank you for watching our exclusive coverage online at GameDayMagazine.com. Our final score today, the Westfield Bulldogs victorious 4-2, 5 hits for both teams and an error for both. Bulldogs come away with the big win on their home turf. For our entire production crew, featuring our producer, Helene Shane, our camera operators, John Roser and Emily Votrbeck, my partner in crime today, Jeff Thorpe. I'm Andy Hayes saying so long from Chantilly, Virginia. Check our Facebook page for more coverage and expanded coverage of this big win for Westfield later on. We'll see you next time here on the Game Day Broadcast Network.
I was just thinking I just got to get the ball in play, score the run, 1 out. It was just a straight fastball.
The 5th inning here with 2nd and 3rd for Westfield, 1 out. Here's Aaron Tucker, 0-2. And he hits it hard up the middle. Base hit. This one could score 2 runs. Play coming at the plate. And not in time. He's safe. And we're tied.
Well, I went in the 5th with 2 outs, and I think we were losing 2-0 at that point. So I just tried to go in there, and I tried to shut them down so we could come back and have a chance to win. I mean, it shows how much confidence we have in our players and how much our practice has showed off in the games now. And I think it's going to mean big things in the future. This really boosts my confidence because, I mean, going in Chantilly, I know they're a good team, and I mean, it just helps you out so in future games I can come back and do the same thing. Just because, I mean, we've practiced so hard lately, and I just think it's going to show off, and we're going to just come out really, really good and be able to beat anybody just with the way we've been playing.
Yeah, Brady's throwing well all year. All the pitchers have thrown great, and then Brady coming in there just mowing them down. That was awesome. You know, it started off, I had a bad swing, maybe the second strike I got, and I really wanted to shorten up and get a ball. He threw me a fastball inside, so I just tried to turn on it. I think it was just our intensity. You know, yesterday in practice, we started it there. We were just screaming, you know, encouraging everyone, and then we brought it to the game today, and that really helped us. It just puts us in a great spot. I mean, we've been close all season, and tonight it sort of all clicked together. We didn't make many errors, and we hit the ball, so got to be happy with that.
Well, I think this is a great win for us. I think the kids have done a great job working hard. They just needed something good to happen for them. You know, we changed some things up, and good things happen to people that work hard, I think, and that's kind of where we were tonight. Yeah, Aaron is I would say he's not the prettiest player. His swing is a little awkward. The one thing that I love about Aaron is that he just comes to compete every day, and he reminds me a lot of Matt Pisarcik that we've had in the past, and they're just, some kids are just winners and they just find a way to get it done, and I think that Aaron fits into that category. He's come up big for us several times. Well, I told Dr. Thorpe before the game started, you're either going to be the bug or you're going to be the windshield, one or the other, and so it just worked out. We had a plan, and I think our pitchers did a great job, and I know that by the fisted ground balls that Sko got at third base tonight, which it seems like he got bunches and bunches, and so the pitchers must have been throwing it in there for us, and everything came to fruition. So it wasn't that big a deal. Scoville had played there all last year for us. He just hadn't been there this year, but pretty exciting to throw a whole new infield out there and shake things up a little bit and have the kids come through. I thought we played great defense tonight. My plan was to bring them in to finish that inning and then get them out, and then he handles himself so well. Just continued to go to him, and I had two guys ready to pull the trigger at any time, but he just never gotten himself in any trouble. And then the defensive play that he made over here at first base, still don't know how he got that ball. That ball was hanging off the end of his glove, and he just made the play. He works as hard as everybody else, and exciting to see guys. Our pitchers again, which they've done a pretty good job this year. Throwing strikes, and we're just gonna have to play defense. We don't have strikeout pitchers. I don't think we had maybe one tonight or something like that. So. The ball's going to be in play, so we're going to have to play defense behind him. But I thought both our pitchers, Kyle did a good job because he had lost it at one point and couldn't get the ball inside, and then he kind of battled back, and then Brady came in and did a great job. Last night with Herndon beating Oakton, that kind of shakes things up, and I still believe right now, this early in the year, that everything's in our hands. We don't have to root for anybody else to do anything, and it was a situation where we just need something good to happen to us and to reward the hard work that the kids are doing, because they come out here and work hard every day.
It's always great to beat Chantilly second time this year. Hopefully we can come back to that more in the district.
Just fighting the fight. Just got to get out here, do it every day. Just give it all you got.
Talked before the game started about fighting the fight. I think that's what you guys did. You fought the fight. It was from the time that we had the collision at first base to getting hit a few times, getting people on, getting a bunt down. Just fought the fight. Fight the fight. That's what we're talking about. Good for you guys. I hope some of you experienced it tonight. I know that we had a couple big hits. Aaron had a big hit. Had the big hit down in the corner with Jake down there. It's people getting hit during the game and getting people on base. It's fighting the fight. All right. We're going to go at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Just BP. Wear shorts. All right, just like you would in the weight room. Okay, depending on the weather. It might be a little chilly, but the plan is just come out here and hit. That's all we're going to do. Hit, okay? Good for you guys. I'm